Good afternoon, paper crafting friends. Happy Sunday. Want to make sure I'm in the right spot here. Hopefully. Double check. Yay, I am. Good deal. Okay. I was afraid to say too much until I knew where I needed to be. Anyway, once again, happy Sunday crafternoon to my paper crafting friends. Today is the 13th of March and 4 days away from St. Patty's Day. I'm going to try to see if I can read comments today. That's kind of like walking and chewing gum, right? So, hey, I'm glad that you're here. And if you're watching the replay, thank you as well. For those of you who are watching live, go ahead and hit the share button, which is just underneath here, to share with your other paper crafting friends, because what I say is the more the merrier, right? Also, along with sharing this today, or if you've seen the replay and you want to share it, a couple of things. I have a newsletter, and hopefully, crossing my fingers, that it copied and pasted correctly so that you can access, and I'll check it after the live, because I am thinking sometimes, I don't know, there's a little gremlin in my phone, and I think it's playing with me. But anyway, I tried to copy and paste the link so that you can subscribe to my email so we can keep in touch. For those of you who haven't done so already, you're going to want to, because on St. Patrick's Day, I'm running a little special. So stay tuned for that. So make sure to sign up for my newsletter to be a part of the special that I'll be offering for St. Patrick's Day on the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th, which the 20th will be next Sunday during Facebook Live. So make sure that you do that. And I'm going to be offering some fun stuff with an order. So yeah. And if you don't feel comfortable shopping online with me, then you'll be able to call me. Okay. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Make sure to go there, click on the the subscribe button. And also hit the little bell for all the notifications. Visit my blog for all the little details on the quick project that we'll be doing today. I'll have all the deets right over there at dawnscreativechalet.com. And gosh, make sure to like this page that you're on and viewing me from. That way you can see me every week at 1 o'clock Eastern time. And join my community, which is also on Facebook. And that's Dawn's Creative Chalet Community. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. So, hey, hi, Kristen. Hi, Evelyn. How you guys doing today? Happy Sunday crafternoon. So before we get started, a couple of things. I have a March host code, which I've set up for you. If you would like to place an order online with me, going to dawnscreativechalet.stampinup.net. And this is the host code right here that you'll want to use. Unless your order is $150 or more, then do not use the host code, because I want you to go ahead and get the Stampin' Rewards, which is i.e. free stuff, okay? All right, so I'm going to keep that here. And also, these beautiful colors right here, you guys, I wanted to make sure I talked about this before we went any further. These are the end colors from 2020 to 2022. So along with our annual catalog that is retiring very soon, with a retirement list coming out less than a month away, these 5 beautiful colors are going to be leaving us. And then we have 5 new ink colors that join with the other 5 that stay for 1 more year. So with that being said, if you love these colors, which is Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, Just Jade, Cinnamon Cider, and Misty Moonlight, I had to memorize that to you guys. Anyway, if you love these 5 colors, if you have the ink pads, get a re-inker or an ink refill or 2. Stock up on the cardstock. This is the 6x6 paper that comes in the 5 colors with, I think it was the 4 patterns total. And gosh, what else? Anything like ribbon, embellishments, anything with these 5 colors is a given. It's going to be retiring. So I want to give you a heads up in case there's anything that you love with these 5 colors. Grab it fast. Because once our retirement list comes out, that is one of the first things that sell out are the in colors. Also, we have a new paper pumpkin kit that is going to be, well, it's been introduced for April. So you just need to sign up by the 10th of April if you'd like to receive this. And it's called Change is Beautiful. So for those, I guess, big changes in someone's life, although I think we're all having kind of some big changes going on right now. I think I may need to send a card to myself. But I think they're implying like graduation, which is coming up, going to college, those types of changes. That can be a little scary. But like I said, I think we all could use one of these cards right about now. So anyway, if you'd like to receive the April Paper Pumpkin, make sure to sign up by the 10th of April, which is my mom's birthday, to receive this kit. Okay? And then also we have going on just a couple more things here. The Waves of the Ocean promotion. I love saying that. It's so much fun. So I think it's this paper here and the foil paper and the embellishments are while supplies last or until May 2. Okay? And the stamp set and the dies, this is something that everybody has an opportunity to purchase early. They will be carried over into the new annual catalog. Woohoo! I'm so excited for the catalog. You have no idea. Also, we have this sale, which is going on right now through the end of March. And there are 13 bundles that are 20% off, along with our mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. This little guy's so cute. We're going to use him today for a quick cut of some clouds. But anyway, I just wanted to mention it to you. I know I am one that loves bundles. I love bundles. I wish every single stamp set had a bundle. But anyway, what's nice is they're including dies now that e-cutters can't cut. Hint, hint. So if you're wanting bundles, grab them. And like I said, Stampin' Up! Doesn't do sales too often. So basically getting 20% off, you're getting the discount of a demonstrator who joins at 20% off. So grab those up. Also the machine, $20 or 20% off, excuse me. So that's going on until the end of March. And gosh, what else? And this is the catalog, of course. Once again, just to remind you, that is basically retiring the end of April. It says May 2 on the back side. If you guys, by the way, are ever wondering when a catalog retires, look in the very fine print back side of the catalog normally at the bottom. And it tells you in the very tiny print when it is going to be retiring. And then after that, I mean, keep it for the ideas, but you're definitely going to want to get a new catalog from me. So if you have been purchasing with me this past year, you're going to get an annual catalog, okay? And also with that being said, and by the way, this is until the end of June on this one. A couple of dates you may want to scribble down. On July the 16th, I have reserved the local Amber Town Hall for those of you who are local. And I'm going to be having my BOGO on the 16th of July, which is on a Saturday. And it'll be in the morning. I'm thinking, I'm not sure yet, so don't, quote me on this, but I'm thinking around 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock. Also, another thing I have in the works is getting together with the manager from a local famous coffee shop to do coffee and a card. So stay tuned for more information on that. And also this summer, I'm going to be at the Artisans Market. Ludington, Michigan, where I'm from, they have a artist market every Friday starting the end of May. They decided to keep the artisans separate from the food. So the food stuff, the market for the food from the farms, will be on Fridays, and the artisans are going to be on Thursdays. The problem is I have classes on Thursdays, so I will not be a seasonal vendor, which a seasonal vendor means you're going to be there every single Thursday. So I have given the authorities the dates that I will be there on Thursdays to give it a shot, something new, to meet some new friends. So you'll have to make sure. And as it gets closer, I'll announce those dates, you know, like during the Facebook Live, when you can see me into that week. If you're around Ludington and would like to stop by and say hi, I'll have cards for sale, some other little things, and also to introduce people to what stamping, rubber stamping is. And I know, right? Like, how can they not know what rubber stamping is? How can they not know card making? Anyway, we hope to make some new friends. Also, this is going on yet. I almost forget to talk about this one because I talked about it so much in the beginning, but this is also going on until May 2nd. And this is the All Together collection, and it's While Supplies Last. I know that the Stampin' Blends will be in our new catalog, and they are still not available quite yet. I think it's like April 4th or the week of the 4th of April that they should be back in stock, but I'm keeping an eye on that. And then you have the really cute bundle, the Here Together stamp set, and then the dies and the black and white 6x6 paper, which I really dig because it's a lot of fun. I don't know, something about black and white is just very traditional. So a little story. Last night I was sitting here for a while straining my brain, and I was playing with Stampin' Blends, and I put a tease on Facebook that I was going to show you guys something really cool with Stampin' Blends. And you know when you have an idea in your head, but it's just not like, it's not working? And I just I couldn't get out on paper what I was trying to do. So maybe the next live we'll do something fun. Maybe it'll just be technique and not so much concentrating on making a card itself, but just the technique, because it's super, super cool and it's a lot of fun. But I need a couple more things, I think, to make it work. We'll put it that way. A couple of tools. So anyway, with that being said, I thought, you know what? St. Patrick's Day is just around the corner. What, like 4 days away? So I thought, I'm thinking rainbows. Rainbows. Rainbows, gold, bling, you know, all that good stuff. So we have the set in the mini catalog that's Rainbow of Happiness, and then we also have the dies that go with it. So I'm not so much using, in fact, I should have brought some other cards in here that I've made some stuff with. I know I've showed you in the past, but not everybody watches every Facebook Live. But by the way, the other clouds are missing because I have them on the other table. But anyway, I really like this set. It's been a lot of fun to play with. And when Sale A Bration was going on, we had the, what was it called? Sunshine and Rainbow Designer Series paper in the 6x6 pack, which really perfectly coordinated with it. So I use this a lot with that. But of course, now Sale A Bration's over, so the paper is no longer available. So I decided to concentrate on the greens, and I'll show you something here. I was surfing around on Pinterest. You guys love Pinterest, right? And I seen a card similar to this, and I fell in love with it. I thought it was really cute. So we're going to make this today. It's super easy. So if you guys do have the set, rainbows can be any color, right? They don't have to be a rainbow of color. And also, Jamie Priest, who's a good friend of mine, I'm trying to find her card here. I know it's here. Oh, let me grab it. She made me a really cute card with this set. And I just have to show it again. I know I had taken a picture of it. And I thought this was so cute. And she actually embossed part of that rainbow in gold. Because of course, you know, there's gold at the end of the rainbow, right? So anyway, this kind of inspired me. And then the other card that I seen on Pinterest inspired me. So thanks, Jamie, once again. It's such a cute card. I just love it. In fact, is she here? Hey, Tammy, hi. Nice to see you. I've had a good week. How about you? So I thought, let's just do a green rainbow, right? And I'm thinking maybe we'll change the clouds up. I don't know. We'll see. I feel a little saucy today. I found some gold paper. I'm getting very low on my gold 12 by 12 paper. So with that being said, what I used on it was the brick folder, which is a 3D folder. It's so cool. I love texture. I am just anything about texture. This is a really neat folder to have. I don't know if this is going to retire, but if it isn't, grab this one up. I just think that this is a really cool folder. And then also, we're going to use this guy, I think. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to cut out the clouds. By the way, you guys have noticed, I'm faithfully using my silicone mat with my mini cut and emboss machine because it helps to be like a non-skid surface. Because a few weeks back, we almost had a mishap with me taking out my laptop on my table. That would be really bad. Anyway, so this is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine that is on sale for 20% off. And I tell you what, we're just gonna play around. And I have a piece of scrap paper with the gold foil. And I might change up the clouds. I'm thinking, I got this idea in my head to make it, I don't know, maybe more St. Patrick-y. Is that such a word? So with that being said, when you use dies in your mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, when you do purchase it, you do get 4 plates. 2 clear plates. I call them making a sandwich. This gray plate and the white plate. So when you're using the gray plate, that is when you're using an embossing folder. And we have the smaller, not as wide embossing folders. Obviously, this guy would not fit in there. So that's why I went ahead and embossed it, dry embossed it in advance with the big guy, the big brother. So I went ahead and I did that in advance. Now, a couple of things about this little machine that I've learned. In fact, with the big machine as well, which actually makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to give you guys a visual. When you have a hamburger and you have this really big bite, it's really hard to chew, right? I mean, it's hard to like chomp into it. Whereas if it was staggered, it's easier to eat, right? This is the same thing with this machine. So you're not going to want to put in all of your plates in flush. When you do that, you're telling your little machine to take a big bite all at once. So I have a helpful tip for you, and I hope that this makes sense. You're like, Dawn, you're crazy, but it really does work better. I have found when I put my plates in flush like this, it doesn't want to go through. The reason being is that it can't take a big bite all at once. So what you're going to want to do is stagger your plates. You're not going to want them perfectly flush all the way around. Stagger them so that your little guy can take a smaller bite. He can grab a hold of the plates as you run it through. Does that make sense? Can you tell I'm hungry? A hamburger does sound really good right about now. So anyway, we're just going to stagger the plates just ever so slightly. I'm going to go ahead and make our sandwich. So when we use dies, and by the way, in our catalogs, if it has a picture of this little guy by the bundle and it says mini, that means all the dies in that particular die set will fit in this machine because it's not as wide as the big guy, the big brother. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that because there's things like that that I take for granted that I know some do not. Or if you're new to the world of Stampin' Up, you may not know that. Anyway, so these are just the clouds that came with the dies in the Rainbow and Happiness bundle. So I'm going to cut these out. And like I said, I waited to do this because I wanted to talk about the bite of the sandwich for this little guy so that we don't overwhelm him and he can't chew. So as you can see here, I've staggered my plates. So we're gonna go ahead now and let it grab and start to wind it through. And then there's a handle here for a reason. You wanna grab it, make sure you hold it securely, and look at how nicely that runs those through. All right, he took a bite, we're good to go, and we have our little clouds. So I hope that that kind of makes sense for everybody. I know I'm very visual, and that kind of brought a like a aha moment, and which makes perfect sense on why he wasn't working so well. And I knew, I'm like, okay, I know Stampin' Up! Would not sell an item that doesn't work really well, but what is it that I'm doing wrong with this? Because I'm one of those everything has to be flush kind of person. So I hope that that helps you when you guys use your mini Stampin' Cut. And the same with the larger too. Like I said, if you're giving him too big of a bite to chew, you just may need to stagger the plates a little bit so he has an easier bite. All right. And with that being said, now I want a hamburger. All right. So I have white clouds in case I wanted to use those, but I'm thinking we may use the gold ones on this card just for something a little different. I've cut a piece of the thick basic white cardstock at 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it in half at 4 1/4. I'm gonna go ahead and use this bone folder here. I never thought I needed one of these until I started using one of these. Then I was like, oh yeah, now I get why I need one of these. Because I'm one of those girls, I love to have a nice crisp fold, and that helps. This is a piece of basic white cardstock, 4 by 5 1/4, and I did run it through the Big Brother machine, as I call them, the regular size Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with this die here, or this embossing folder, which I believe is called Brick, but I didn't check on that, but you'll see it in the catalog. Or ask me, contact me, I can help you find it. And then this is the 6 by 6 paper that I was just showing you. And I've cut this down to 4 by 1 inch. And we're gonna stick him on there like that in a minute. And then I have this scrap piece of paper to make my rainbow. And here's my stack that have all kissed together. That is one thing about photopolymer stamps. And for those of you who are newer to Stampin' Up, our photopolymer stamps now have homes inside of our cases, which is really cool. And they stick to them beautifully inside this plastic case. But they also love to stick to the blocks. So when you do stack these, let's say to put them in a basket like I do, prior to a event or a live, you're gonna notice that sometimes they will kiss each other. They can stick pretty good. I will just tell you that, especially when they're new, they will stick really well. So with that being said, I should have probably done this before we went live. Oh my goodness. And then as far as these photopolymer stamps, what I like to do is just throw them down on my table, let them take their shape, and then go ahead and take my block and press the block to it. Otherwise, if you wanted to make your rainbow skinnier, you could. They're very flexible. But I wanted it to be the shape they're supposed to be so that my rainbow will fit together, if that makes sense. And it will in a minute. So anyway, another little thing about our photopolymer stamps that some people don't like, but I always say, get over it. It's a tool. It's a tool. It's a stamp. It's okay. But they do get discolored, especially if you're using reds and purples. And here comes the sunshine that I wasn't prepared for. Anyway, so they will stain. It's just part of the photopolymer stamps. But you know what? They still stamp the same way, and I'm going to prove it to you. I know, I'm being silly. Don't mind me. Okay, we're going to use Garden Green, Shaded Spruce, Just Jade, and Macaron today. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the bottom of the rainbow, work my way up. I tried it the other direction and it just seemed easier to, whoops, I'm really shaking the table. Holy cow, sorry about that. Give you guys motion sickness. So I'm going to build my rainbow and then we're actually going to fussy cut it, which I'm not going to whine because a rainbow is easy to cut. So I'm good with that. So the first color I'm going to use with the smallest part of the rainbow is Mint Macaron. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp them towards the bottom so I don't have so much to cut. And then the next color, let's see, what is the next color? I think it was Just Jade. Peeking in here just to make sure, hey Jamie, how are you? I was just showing off your beautiful card. Happy crafternoon. Hopefully I'm not getting my head into the shot here. In fact, I want to move all of this up a little bit because I want you guys to see what I'm doing. That's kind of the objective of this. And then the next color I will use will be Shaded Spruce. So speaking of St. Patrick's Day, do you guys do anything special for St. Patrick's Day? I know normally, in our little town in Ludington, we have an Irish bar called Sportsman's, and every year they usually do a traditional breakfast where they have the, what is it? Oh my gosh, I can't even think of it now. All the stuff that you normally eat crazy for breakfast if you're Irish. And then they also serve that stout beer, which I actually kind of like. I don't drink much of it because I'm not a beer person, but I love that foamy stuff on the top. I know, I'm really weird. Okay, there we go. Yay. So this one actually I think turned out better than my last one. Sweet. Okay, so there we have our St. Patrick's rainbow. And I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this little guy. It's your sister's turning 50? And you're younger, right? That's awesome. Are you guys going to do something special? That'll be fun. I cried when I turned 30. I cried again when I turned 40. And I was just really bummed out. I don't think I cried as much turning 50 because I think at this point it's just inevitable. Oh gosh. Yeah, at 30 though, I was devastated. Isn't that funny? I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not 29 anymore. I'm 30. I'm in my 30s. Oh boy. All right. Now I kind of wish I was 30 again. How about you guys? Okay, there we go. Pretty rainbow. And we're going to go ahead and stick this on with our seal. I don't know. Which do you guys like? This one or this side? I use this side for the other card. In fact, I'll put the other card right next to it here. Maybe we should change it up and use this side. Brick and mortar. Hey, thanks, Evelyn. So this guy right here is called Brick and Mortar, right? Thank you. You're awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, we're going to stick this puppy on like so. And I need dimensionals. Oops, I have both minis and regular size dimensionals that we're going to use today because those little clouds are tiny. And I think that these would bombard those little clouds. And I'm too lazy to cut them. When I have minis, why should I have to, right? I've always told you guys I'm a lazy crafter. I was just reading what Jamie was saying. Sorry. I need like my computer in front of my face, but I'm afraid that would be dangerous too. And then, you know, something goofy, you guys, you're going to laugh at me because I'm not very techie. I mean, to figure out what we're doing here, I'm pretty impressed with myself. By the way, I'm going to put dimensionals on these, or the rainbow. I forgot what I was going to say now about not being techie. Oh my goodness. I'm having one of those old people moments, or as I call brain farts. Sorry, I know that's not cool to say, but you know, I'm keeping it real. All right, we're going to go ahead and put the rainbow on like so. And I'm kind of digging. Ooh, I kind of like that. What do you guys think? Like maybe I kind of dig the gold. That's fun. That's going to be a good time, Jamie. How cool. Okay, we're going to go ahead. Yeah, I like the gold ones. And I have these little minis. Actually, I think I kept these from a paper pumpkin kit. But we do sell these in our annual catalog as well. I'm going to go ahead and... yeah, he's perfect on this little itty bitty cloud. And using my seal on the other cloud. I love to make my cards super puffy, but I found that the post office does not like that so much. Not sure if you guys have had that run-in with the post office, and yeah, not cool. Okay, and then I wanted to use this sentiment right here. You make me happy, because you do. And I have an idea with this to make this card just a little bit different too from this card. I was thinking I could cut the sentiment up all together. You'll see what I mean in a second. Perfect. All right. Get my snips once again. And I think what I'm going to do, I just feel saucy today. We're just cutting that puppy right up. And then we're going to go ahead and use these again. And put mini dimensionals on these as well. And hopefully you guys can see everything. I don't think I centered the camera as well today. Oh, the sun is so trying to come out right now, which is good. Woke up to snow again this morning. I'm getting over the whole snow thing, you guys. I think I'm just getting cabin fever. Really, really need things to perk up around here. I'm ready for flowers, green grass. I'm going to stick these on my hands so I don't lose them. How many times have you guys put dimensionals on something and all of a sudden it ends up in the most awkward places? Sorry, I just dropped one on the floor, so I had to grab that. Okay, so this way I know right where they are. I've had it stuck to my arm, on my leg. It's funny where these things end up. Okay, whoops, let's do this. You make me happy. There we go. Now we need a little bit of bling. And And I thought I would use, although it looks like all of my, ooh, I only have a couple left. We're going to use them. Why not? I love the, what are these called again? The rhinestone waves. That's with the Waves of the Ocean promotion stuff. These are so pretty. They make me happy. So we're going to go ahead. We'll put one on the cloud. Why not? And we'll put another one over here. And I think we'll try to get away with using one that's a different color over here. Here we go. That's kind of fun. That is a lot of fun. Do you guys want me to show you what I actually was working on and it didn't work out? But I'll kind of explain a little of what I did. Oh, thanks for the hearts, you guys. You're awesome. I kind of dig the gold clouds too. It just kind of makes it pop a little more. Whereas this one, he's kind of like, I don't know. He's a neutral tone card. So I'll show you. I will show you. So we use the back of this card. So I was playing with our Stampin' Blends. And what I really want is a spritzer. I was using, and I know this was on my blog maybe a month ago. But I love the look of this. I think it's really cool. But it wasn't really turning out the way I wanted to. I wanted it to be more of a spritz. And I was just doing droplets with Stampin' Blends and isotropial alcohol. So maybe next week we'll get our alcohol out and we'll do a little stamping. Maybe something will pop into my head to cut, and it'll be probably more of a technique. But it's so cool. It's a lot of fun to play with, and I love it because every time that you do this is always different. And then I tried, and I don't know if you guys can see, but I was trying to mix Wink of Stella in with it as well. But the problem was this one actually dried. I gave it another chance, but there was another sheet that I was playing with and it was like jelly, and it must be a chemical thing that it didn't like the alcohol marker, the Wink of Stella with whatever they make Wink of Stella with, and then mixing isotropial rubbing alcohol with it. And I was going to use the punch. And it just like gelled on top of the vellum, and it was not a pretty sight. It just was not drying. I tried the heat tool. I let it air dry. In fact, I checked it in the garbage that I threw it in this morning because I was still curious about it to see if it would ever dry, and it didn't. It was kind of gross. And I thought, you know, that is not even going to look good on a card. So I scrapped that idea and decided on sticking with something a little less crazy for the time being. But we'll have to play with some alcohol inks and stuff because I love the effect of that. And I think that is just another way that we can utilize our Stampin' Blend markers. And of course, you'll want to collect all the colors, right? And I was playing and playing and playing, and I just couldn't get exactly what I was trying to do. So that'll be for the next time. But at least you have a little sneaky peek at what it was I was going to do. And I kind of teased you guys with a photo, and that was the one that just was not drying. It looked really yucky, to say the least. So it's one of those things that you never know what's going to happen when you start playing with product. I'll have to catch what you said, Evelyn, because I'm only seeing half of it right now. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for popping on this afternoon and hanging out with me. I always appreciate that you're taking time out of your busy schedule to be here, and I so appreciate it. And if you caught just half of this, just know that you can go to YouTube, and this will be on my blog in a couple hours. I'll make sure to load the live onto YouTube and then over on my blog, which is dawnscreatorchalet.com, and I'll have the details there as well for you. if you have any questions on it. But I hope that you guys have a great celebration for St. Patrick's Day, and Jamie with your sister as she turns 50. And I'll be here next weekend on Sunday for Sunday Crafternoon at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. And I'm really proud of you guys, because those of you who are here are the ones that remembered to spring forward with their clocks. But how many of you, like me, were really messed up this morning? Even though I knew last night everything was springing forward, I just woke up, it seemed like later than normal, which kind of threw me off a bit, but we got through it. So thanks again, you guys, for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you next week for Sunday Crafternoon with Dawn. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.